Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. So I'm going to start off with TJ and Molly. I'm not going to lie, I almost kind of forgot their names. There's so many different names for so many different shows that you have to sit there and try to remember. Sometimes, yeah. But let's start off with that because I found the scene very interesting for a couple of different reasons. And listen, I'm not going to sit there and try to classify every man, right? For the most part, as men, we are fixers, right? We like to fix things. We like to sit there and manage things. And something like what Molly is going through can't be fixed with words, and it can't be fixed with managing. And I think that was the most frustrating part about watching this whole scene. You know, he is feeling very sorry that he didn't know, and he didn't know when they were sitting there knocking boots how much it hurted her. And my whole thing is like, this is something that she's going through, right? And instead of him sitting there trying to throw his own pity party about, oh, I feel like such a terrible partner and stuff like that, this isn't about you right now. This is about her. And when she said, you don't understand this, as a woman, I want to sit there and carry your child and stuff. This is something that we're not going to get. This is another reason why she's so upset. And he looks like he's kind of clueless. And, well, to be honest, you should, because you're trying to fix the situation and you can't. You're sitting there trying to give these alternatives, talking about, well, we can have another family. We can have we can like adopt or whatever. There's other different things we can do. And it's, you know what? I don't even know if I actually even said this in my review, and I might have said this, and right now I feel kind of dumbfounded because I was like, well, it's not like they can't sit there and adopt. It's not like they can't do this, that, and the third. And I'm coming at this from a male's point of view, right? Because that's how men are for the most part. We're very logical. We're not really, I mean, not to sit there and say we're not emotional, but you watched my reviews for a long time, so when it comes to certain things, like people sit there and say the heart wants what it wants, I'm not with that. But, I'm pretty sure I might actually set that and not realizing, you know what? It's not about how many different options because I'm looking at it from a male's point of view. And it's something that I do gotta sit there and consider when I'm doing my reviews. It's nothing to saying I'm doing anything wrong, but, I've noticed fault in my own for that. Also, again, him trying to manage how she feels and be like, no, it's okay. You need to sit there and just stay home. I get it as a partner, whatever. You want to sit there and try to not so much rescue them, but take care of them. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to let them feel how they're gonna feel, and that's just the bottom line. She's going through it, and you're just gonna have to let her go through it and be there for her. I feel like I'm on a goddamn talk show at this point, but just watching it, and then even after she left, he calls her up, and I'm like, bro, this is not what she needs right now. I'm pretty sure she had to fight her hardest, not tell him, oh, I love you. Right now, you need to shut the. Because I'm pretty sure that's what she wanted to sit there and say. So when she left and he called her, and even he was sitting there trying to stop her, she's like, no, we need to sit there and talk. It's like, no, that's the last thing that she needs right now. What she needs is space from whatever this is. So after Carly and Diane, well, first they talk about the whole Nina situation and Nina marrying um, Sonny. And at first I was like, well, why are you upset about that? He was like, I'm happy, it's just not with her. And I'm like, I don't understand. Her being in Sonny's life, meaning her being in the family's life. That's just bad business. It's just bad business all around. So I understand that. Because at first I was like, what's the deal? I don't get it. After that, we talk about her options. And both options she's not taking. She's not turning Sonny in. She's not turning Drew in. And so Diane's like, well, I don't really know what to tell you. And Carly's like, you know what, listen, I made this mistake and I need to own up to it. Good. You do. That's it. There's really nothing else to sit there and say. She once again repeated the fact that, Michael. Oh, something about the fact that Michael doesn't have stock in Aurora, so he's not going to be charged. They can't really charge him or anything like that. I don't know how that makes any sense, but I'm like, you know what? Listen, the day that they decided to violate HIPAA with the whole Willow's judge thing, I felt like at that point all the other rules just got thrown out the window, and it is what it is. But yeah, I don't feel bad for her. She did it, and that's the bottom line. Now with Drew and Curtis, and Curtis, Drew Smith is saying, well, Curtis is like, did I give up on my marriage too soon? With Jordan, did I give up on her too soon? And Drew's like, don't you think what you're doing right now, you can be possibly giving up on Portia too soon? What are you doing? Curtis is trash. Okay? There's point blank period. He's upset with what Portia did, and I get that. Right? I totally do get that. But I'm like, you're just doing the same thing that you did to Jordan. You hit a rough patch, and you're just already just ready to jump ship. I'm not saying what she did was right. Hell, I thought that he went a little bit too easy on her. But it's a rough patch. It's a terrible, awful rough patch, but you know, what are you doing? Now with Jordan, see, this is the thing that I'm not really feeling about Jordan. I really am not feeling about Jordan. A lot of people they're saying that Jordan still loved Curtis and stuff like that, and she still had feelings for him. But I'm like, how do you have feelings for somebody who treated her like garbage? Okay, somebody who's so quick to give up on her, right? I don't even remember what the lives. Does anyone even want to tell me what the lives is about? Because he keeps not talking about, oh, the lies, the lies. What lies? I don't remember what they are. You want to sit there and remind me? I mean, hell, they remind us every day about every other episode that happened the day before. So why can't you sit there and bring up these lies? I know one of them was about the TJ thing, and I'm like, listen, I get it. You're upset, but that's her son. That's not your son. Also, the whole kidnapping thing, and, if anyone found out, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So there's that. My whole thing is like, she was so okay with the fact that, he jumped into another woman's arms, and y'all still just remain friends and in each other's lives. This whole namaste crap just doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me. I know I'm getting a little kind of heated. You can tell my voice, but I feel like she deserves better, and it sucks that she doesn't believe that she deserves better. And she's talking to Portia, and Portia's thanking her for always looking out for Trina, helping her with the whole Greenland thing and the whole Paul Taggerty or Oz Taggerty thing. Just really thanking her. Now, of course, Jordan's sitting there thinking about that gross ass kiss that she had with that man, and now she's feeling all sorts of guilty because Portia is thanking her and apologizing to her as she should. Um, for the way that she went off on Jordan. And I know people listening to saying it was none of Jordan's business, and in a lot of ways it wasn't. But she still should have sat there and owned up to it and told the damn truth. Instead of accusing her of sabotaging her, like, really, boo? Boo, you're anyway. She's feeling guilty, and towards the end, she's like, I'm not the person that you think I am. And that's because for some odd reason they decide to dumb down Jordan and play her like an idiot and be like, yeah, she still has feelings and she feel guilty about that. That's the thing. And people want that relationship for some odd reason and heaven help me, I don't understand that, but whatever. Now we got Sam, Alexis. They were talking about Molly for a little bit. Kristina comes in. Kristina's all fired up about this new project, right? Alexis is at this point trying to keep her mouth shut because she doesn't want to um, alienate her. Kristina's very quick tempered, and she's been known to just, you know, stop talking to Alexis. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of times where Alexis had just went out of pocket with the things that she said, right? And when you can't be honest with somebody, that's a problem, Just even give back a bit of honest feedback. He's talking about this project. Sam is not there pointing out all the different ways about how this thing can go sideways. She didn't seem like she was really too happy about it. And at first I was like, well, damn, Bo, why are you being such negative Nancy? But then she started pointing out things that Kristina should have thought about before she started this project. You know, permits and costs and stuff and, you know, getting a counselor, hiring an actual counselor to sit there and deal with these people that's coming in, to this house with all sorts of trauma that's going on. Stuff that she didn't really think of. She's sitting there showing like some art design and Alexa's like, yeah, that's just really good. And Sam's like, yeah, I mean, that's cute, but like, there's some like serious glaring problems that you need to figure out before you start doing this stuff. And now she's all nervous about meeting with the contractor on the phone. And I'm like, you know what? Listen, I find Sam to be pretty useless these days, but she was spot on about all that. And Kristina's gonna sit there and be upset and everything like that. But I'm like, well, you can be upset, but this is a big project and a big responsibility. And you are entrusted with all these people that's coming into your house. So, as Seinfeld once said, or George Costanza once said, stuff you're feeling. No, okay, yeah, maybe that doesn't work. My whole point is it's just like, I was trying to be clever and it clearly didn't work out. But I was going somewhere with that joke. Just didn't feel like it would land. Um, but yeah, my point is that I was impressed by Sam. I was impressed by Sam, and I guess we'll wait and see what happens. Now, Nina and Alexis are talking about. I mean, Nina and Nina and Sonny, Nina and Alexis, Nina and Sonny are talking about their wedding plans and just how happy they are, and wondering if Carly overheard and they got to tell everyone else. Ava and Avery come over, and eventually they tell Avery also, and she's happy, right? But they realize that they still got to tell Carly. So Sonny has out. The whole time they're announcing this whole engagement, this whole marriage thing. Nina just keeps looking at Ava like, oh, so it was good. Aren't you happy? Aren't you excited for us? Like, what's going on? And then when Sonny left, Nina was like, okay, so how do you really feel? I'm like, what do you mean how she really feels? Did y'all not actually have a conversation before when you turned Carly in practically to the feds? Okay, not the feds, but the SEC. So what do you think she's gonna like? You really think she's gonna sit and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm so happy for your marriage," and she points out you are literally you're on borrowed time at this point, girlfriend. Like, what do you think's gonna end up happening when Sonny finds out? Now, I don't remember. She said that you should probably, she was like, you can either do one or two things. You can tell him now. Maybe I'll pass things up in a couple of years, or you just better pray to whatever whatever God you believe in that this is all going to work out because you are pretty screwed at this point. Just saying you're done. Um, and so towards the end, Sonny goes to Carly, and that whole thing goes out. I hardly feel like I actually did all of it. All right. Just a little FYI, I would have did this video earlier. I went to go see Fast X or 10. And I wanted to go early in the morning to go see it, around 11, maybe even 12. But for some odd reason, it was only playing in the afternoon. Like all the regular shows is all in the afternoon. And the movie hasn't been out less than 2 weeks. And the reason why I felt like they did that is because they only had 2 showings in the morning. And of course the showings in the morning, I think it's like the IMAX experience or something like that. So they want to charge you more to see it sooner. Yeah, because my ticket wasn't already high enough as it was. So yeah, apologies for putting out this video a little bit later than I wanted to, but yeah. But on the plus side, I enjoyed the movie. It was really good. And I'll just sit there and say that. Anyway, I feel like I probably missed one or two things. Like I always do. Like I always do. And as I always sit there and say, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And I'll be going over it. All of it. We're gonna get into days, we're gonna get into GH, we're gonna get into YNR and B&B, we're gonna get into all of it. So yeah, hopefully I will see everyone soon. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and see you in the next video or live stream.